pounds, and they hail from anywhere they damn want to be. They claim to be the baddest men in the wrestling business, and they will claim the New Dimension Wrestling Tag Team Championship tonight. Here is former NWA superstars Colt, Steele, and Rikki Nelson.
There have been some predictions of trouble between these two, Colt Steele and Rikki Nelson, as we said earlier. Longtime rivals within New Dimension Wrestling have teamed up. And Rikki Nelson, one of the rudest, baddest, smartest mouth wrestlers that you will ever meet. Colt Steele doesn't say a lot. As they say, he can talk in the ring. As Rikki Nelson makes his way to ringside. Watch, he'll say something. See, he'll say something. He said something. He said something. We knew he would. And the music cuts off abruptly, and Nelson doesn't like that. And you'll find Nelson doesn't like a whole lot of things, including Chris Plano, the ring announcer.
Next in the house. Cut the microphone on, Rick. Is it working now? Now again, how are all the rednecks from Concord doing tonight? As I see, that page is going to be blank. And for all the tobacco chewers and snuff dippers and Budweiser drinkers, and then, you know, after the women come to men, I just want to say tonight, Colt, 4 months ago I signed a contract with you, Mr. Promoter, to be your partner here. I don't want to be your partner because I don't like you. And you don't like me, but I don't care. You can see the concern in my eye, I'm sure. But the Ringlords, you know, we've been champions before. It seems like the Ringlords were dumb enough to come here and put up the title. So for one night you can take me at my word. I'll watch your back, if you know what I mean. We'll beat these guys, take their titles and their payoff, and go home. Now, like I said, I don't like you. You bite me right where the sun ain't shining there, redneck. It's the truth. So all I can say is I watch your back, you watch mine. We'll take the scraps and go home. Hey, Rikki Nelson, every damn body here knows there's no love lost between me and you, big boy. And I'll tell you one damn thing tonight. If you double-cross me, buddy, I'll run your ass down all over Concord. I will fight. They weigh in this evening at 483 pounds, and they hail from Dallas, Texas. They are the current New Dimension Wrestling Tag Team Champions, the Ringlords.
Champions, the Ringlords. Again. Tag team champions, the Ringlords. up against Rikki Nelson and Colt Steele. And it looks like the fans don't appreciate either team. The referee is Tony Hunter.
20-minute time limit for the New Dimension Wrestling Tag Team Championship.
This is the first of, let's see how many bouts. It's 8 bouts tonight. We're here in Concord, North Carolina. Chris Cruz, soon to be joined by John Hitchcock, sitting next to Chris Plano, the owner of New Dimension Wrestling and ring announcer as well. Of course, we kick it off the Ringlords against Colt Steele and Rikki Nelson, and there goes the tie-up. And Rikki Nelson is going to lose every time he engages in a power competition. Also, a little bit later, it's Manny Fernandez against Willie Clay. The New Dimension Wrestling Light Heavyweight title match. It's Willow the Wisp against Surge. The Bushwhackers are here, the Fantastics. It's Craig Pittman, one-man gang. And again, Nelson loses that power move. Tully Blanchard is here. The Nature Boy, Buddy Landel. Abdullah the Butcher in what will clearly be a bloodfest against the Beastmaster Rick Link. And Morton takes on the Iron Sheik. And early on, Rikki Nelson begins to incite the crowd. It's a huge crowd here at Concord Motor Speedway. And Rikki Nelson, look at that. He lays it in. A lot of photographers here at ringside. We also, of course, have local television crews. And Nelson loses yet another. Hang on, here he comes. Yet another power move. Indicating to us that may have hurt him a little bit. A clothesline. Colt Steele kind of almost taunting his partner. Rikki Nelson had alluded to a history that he and Colt Steele had that, frankly, I did not know that in the past they have been tag team champions. And now the big man, Colt Steele, comes in for the first time, a big kick to one of the Ringlords, who are the New Dimension Wrestling champions, tag team champions. The World Brass Knucks champion, the Beastmaster Rick Link here. Abdullah the Butcher is here, and much to the surprise of many fans, indeed, Tully Blanchard has agreed to return, and it is right near his hometown, of course, of Charlotte, North Carolina, Concord, North Carolina, just north of Charlotte. A very basic collar and elbow tie-up, and right now into the standing side headlock. There is something that Rikki Nelson does to a crowd, and we can't figure it out. The whip, and the Ringlord goes down. Colt Steele up and over, and high hip toss. And Colt Steele flat on his back and mad as a hornet. Look at that. A lot of folks looking forward to Manny Fernandez taking on Willie Clay. Of course, the Bushwhackers. That's our other tag team bout here. They're taking on the Fantastics, Bobby and Jackie Fulton. Butch and Luke are here. They've been signing autographs all day. As the wind begins to pick up, a threat of rain and a chop there from Rikki Nelson. Wow. Uh-oh. Rikki Nelson showing he knows sign language, and the fans showing they know sign language as well. Oh, man. Again, high hip toss. Deep arm drag by the Ringlords right into the arm bar. Nelson did not learn his lesson from earlier in the match about trying to match power for power with the Ringlords. Nice forearm and some power there by Rikki Nelson, but the Ringlord held on. This is the first big televised event ever for New Dimension Wrestling, beginning to dominate the independent wrestling scene throughout the East Coast, certainly in the Southeast, a 2 count there by the referee. And Rikki Nelson and Colt Steele want to become the New Dimension Wrestling Tag Team Champions, and this is their one opportunity Nice leg dive. And Nelson unable to control his anger as well as his mouth. It's only the truth, Rikki. It's only the truth. The full arm drag and twist. And look at that by Colt Steele. Wait a minute. There's a pull of the tights. Whoa. Oh, man. Big elbow. Joined now by Chris Plato, the owner of New Dimension Wrestling. Chris, I know it's going to be an exciting and a breakthrough night for you.
Oh, Chris, we're excited to be here in Concord, North Carolina. All the wrestlers there. We got the greatest pool of independent wrestling and talent available here tonight. And, of course, we're in Horseman territory tonight, Chris. Tully, Blanchard, one of the original 4 Horse members, is here tonight getting a crack at the New Dimension Wrestling heavyweight title held by the Nature Boy, Buddy Landel.
Chris, a lot of folks thought you couldn't do it, that you wouldn't be able to convince Tully Blanchard to come out of the pulpit, at least for the night, and to become a wrestler once again. The question is, how'd you do it?
Oh, it was just a lot of talking, even begging at the most part. But Tully's here, that's the bottom line. He's excited to do it. And I think this is the perfect setting just outside of Charlotte, which, like I said, is Horseman country.
And you have put the World Brass Knucks belt on the line. You have put the New Dimension Wrestling Tag Team Championship on the line as well, and the light heavyweight title match. So it is certainly, as you said, a night of champions.
Oh, it certainly is a night of champions. One hot summer night. Concord 98 is off and running, and what a great matchup. The tag team titles on the line. Rikki Nelson, Colt Steele getting a golden opportunity to take those titles away from the Ringlords.
And Chris, what an exciting time it is in the development of New Dimension Wrestling. A nice short arm drag there into the clothesline. And Rikki Nelson almost with a 3 count there and broke it up. I know New Dimension Wrestling starting to expand throughout the East Coast. Look out. Whoa.
That's right, Chris. New Dimension Wrestling, we run about 75 wrestling shows per year throughout the Mid-Atlantic states and, of course, up and down the East Coast area. Look out.
Whoa. We like to be close to the action. I'm not sure how close we like to be, however. Colt Steele ramming the Ringlords right into our table here at ringside, and we have absolutely scattered. Wow. Colt Steele showing there just how very much he wants to become one half of the World Tag Team Champions. Beautiful elbow.
Great elbow by Rikki Nelson there off the second turnbuckle. This crowd is pumped. They are ready to go. Chris Cruz, everyone is here. New Dimension Wrestling, no doubt, one of the hottest independent wrestling promotions in the world today. We are ranked in the top 10 as relates to London Publishing Company and PWI Magazine with Bill Apter, and we are definitely on a roll. One of the most active independents in the country today.
Of course, you can always check us out on the internet at www.woowrestling.com/NDW. That's www.WHOOWrestling.com/NDW. That's on the internet, available obviously 24 hours a day. This is the first match of the night. It's the Ringlords, the New Dimension World Tag Team Champions, up against former enemies, Colt Steele and Rikki Nelson. And as we have seen, they have worked together extremely well. Also, Manny Fernandez is here, the Raging Bull, and what a reputation he has.
12 minutes remaining.
Both inside and outside the ring. Surge and Willow the Wisp will be battling for the New Dimension Wrestling light heavyweight title match. Also, the Bushwhackers against the Fantastics. We'll see Craig the Pitbull Pittman in against a huge one-man gang. Rikki Morton. Oh, look out. Up against the Iron Sheik. And then, of course, we're going to see Abdullah the Butcher against the Beastmaster Rick Link. Hang on. And Rikki Nelson is really getting on the case of the Ringlords. In comes Colt Steele. We'll see Tully Blanchard against the Nature Boy, Buddy Landel. Oh, look at those elbows. Vicious right into the mush there by Colt Steele.
Oh, we just got cleared out of here, Chris Cruz, a couple minutes ago. I had to go run for higher ground. Just the action in New Dimension Wrestling. Anything can happen at any time. You got to be ready for anything because it's wild and woolly.
And one of the things that can happen at any time is former enemies like Rikki Nelson and Colt Steele can become partners.
Oh, it's unbelievable. They did sign a contract 4 months, New Dimension Wrestling, but as we well know, both hated each other just a few months back. They're now combining as a tag team. How well they can function as a tag team remains to be seen.
We're seeing it so far that they are doing well, but Rikki Nelson seems to be as distracted by the crowd as ever. He is known to interact with the crowd on a fairly regular basis throughout the matches. Beautiful move there, almost broken that.
Rikki Nelson thinks he's God's gifts to women. He tries to taunt all the ladies there ringside, and even some of the men, I believe. And really, him and Colt Steele have adverse wrestling abilities in the ring. and really kind of a weird tag team combination as you can compare it to with a team like the Ringlords or the Bushwhackers are here tonight, or the Fantastics. Tough to compare them to some of the other tag teams we have here this evening.
Wow, this has been hard-hitting, and Ricky Nelson showing that he is extraordinarily athletic and very, very underrated. Been wrestling almost 15 years, and a 2 count there by the referee, and Ricky Nelson smartly goes back to the cover. This type of action an indication of just how much the fans here can get when they come to a match from New Dimension Wrestling. And Nelson with a reverse atomic, well, right, hang on, 1, 2, almost a 3 count there by Ricky Nelson on one of the Ringlords. And they are being taunted by the fans at ringside. It's a distracting occurrence, to say the least. Oh, a DDT! A DDT on Ricky Nelson, and that is probably going to be the end of the match. Well, I guess I was thinking it could be the end of Ricky Nelson and Colt Steele, but Chris, it looks like it's going to be, well, no, I guess they're both up.
Yeah, Ringlords with the tag there. Ricky Nelson's in some trouble real quick here. A whip into the rope. Big clothesline on Ricky Nelson. As a big right side to Colt Steele, and another whip into the ropes. Big back body drop there by the Ringlords onto Colt Steele, and now it's a Pier 6 brawl in there. It's going outside and the inside.
And finally, oh, wait a minute, look out, Nelson will come after you. Look out, here he comes. Everybody better clear out. No, into the ropes, into the, oh! Went right into those wooden, hang on, that's my drink, 451. Wait a minute. 911. Dusty. Calling for who? Dusty, somebody named Dusty. He wants to get in touch with somebody named Dusty. Look out, he's got a chair. Ricky Nelson has got a chair. He's gonna whack somebody. Hey! He whacked his own partner. You whacked your own partner. What are you doing? Where's the microphone? He's got the microphone. You whacked your own partner.
At 11 minutes and 14 seconds, and still, New Dimension Wrestling Tag Team Champion, the Ringlords.
What did he do?
Hey, as far as I'm concerned, you two jabronis owe me a hell of a lot. And Coach Steele, you big bag of wind, that's what you get when you cross the heartthrob, you swing bag.
Well, Ricky Nelson, as usual, leaving the crowd stunned. He hit his own man.
11 minutes and 14 seconds, and still tag team champion, the Ringlords. In all the matches this evening, Concord, once again, a big hand for Mr. Tony Hunter. Making his way to the ringside area first. He hails from Albuquerque, New Mexico, and he weighs in this evening at 294 pounds. Here is the Raging Bull, Manny Fernandez. And his opponent, making his way to the ringside area. He weighs in this evening at 228 pounds, and he hails from Nashville, Tennessee. He's the 6-time NWA World Tag Team Champions with Robert Gibson, one half of the Rock and Roll Express, Rikki Morton.
Going to be taking on Ricky Morton. The new look of Ricky Morton, frankly, and I'm not quite sure what he's getting to. And what tremendous history these two have.
One fall, Concord, 20-minute time limit.
And those of us who are sitting here at ringside know that Manny Fernandez enjoys battling outside the ring as well as inside the ring. All right, Chris, we're back in the second match.
Chris Cruz dusk is set in here in Concord. Anticipation is building, as you heard from the crowd, with their ovation for Tully, Blanchard. Two great former NWA superstars in the ring right now. Need no introduction in any arena across this country. The Raging Bull, Manny Fernandez, and Ricky Morton.
At separate times, of course, each of these individuals held one half of the NWA World Tag Team Championship. Manny Fernandez had the U.S. belt, the television belt, and Ricky Morton, an unquestioned number of times, had one half of the World Tag Team belt.
And talk about this. Talk about some unpredicaments in the back. We actually, it was almost a run-in between Abdullah the Butcher and Manny Fernandez in the back. As long as you know them, awesome wars between them two in the early and mid-'80s. We had to pull them apart in the back once Abdullah found Manny was on the show this evening. Of course, Abdullah taking on the Beastmaster Rick Link, but no love lost between Abdullah and Manny as well.
Well, that's a very good point. In fact, Abdullah the Butcher and Manny Fernandez have wrestled each other probably on more continents than anybody else. Any two other wrestlers have wrestled one another. All right, you did mention a good point, Chris, that dusk has indeed set in as the lights here at the Concord, North Carolina Motor Speedway have been turned on. It is an interesting atmosphere, a beautiful hot summer night in July 1998. The collar and elbow tie-up. I'm Chris Cruz, and we're live here at ringside as Ricky Morton from the Rock and Roll Express, who I am told may be headed to another organization. And now, beautiful drop kick there. Morton can deliver those drop kicks like nobody else. He's been doing it for so many years and is as strong and fast as ever. And look at that. Morton with some power. He gets Fernandez down, and Fernandez quickly outside the ring. He's crawling on his hands and knees. And if you know Manny Fernandez, if he's anywhere around you, you get the hell out of the way.
Unbelievable, Chris Cruz. What a great action we're seeing in the ring. Ricky Morton, Manny Fernandez, two great superstars, like we said. Just two of the big superstars here on this star-studded 8-match lineup this evening here in Concord, North Carolina.
And Manny Fernandez calling for time. I'm not sure you can do that, Manny, but I probably won't tell you what to do. And look at Fernandez. What a tough guy this is. He has been through the wrestling wars, and he is ready for action, and he is going back into the ring against Ricky Morton. Still to come, Surge takes on Willow the Wisp for the New Dimension Wrestling Light Heavyweight title match. Also, the Bushwhackers against the Fantastics. We'll see Craig the Pitbull Pittman against the one-man gang, and the Iron Sheik, of course, in action. Abdullah the Butcher against the Beastmaster Rick Link, and then Tully Blanchard. We're all waiting for him after an 8-year absence, taking on the Nature Boy, Buddy Landel. Oh, those dramatic chops there by the Raging Bull, Manny Fernandez. Reversal, the Irish whip, and wow, what an elbow right into the mush.
Why is the music playing? Music's been playing for over a minute.
Is an incredibly unruly crowd made up of, well, I don't know what you call them. I guess predominantly male fans. And throughout this evening, we have seen an extraordinary amount of outside media, both here at ringside and continuing to stream in here as they are coming from the Columbia, South Carolina area, from Charlotte, from the Piedmont Triad, from Raleigh, and literally from throughout North and South Carolina. It is possibly the biggest independent card ever put together, and it was put together by Chris Plano of New Dimension Wrestling. And Chris, it's got to be an exciting night for you.
Oh, it's an exciting night already. We already saw the Ringlords defend the tag team titles, the New Dimension Wrestling tag team titles successfully here this evening, and against Colt, Steele, and Ricky Nelson. Now Manny Fernandez really taking it to Ricky Morton right now. And don't forget, his manager all of a sudden Willie Clay at ringside. Manny Fernandez is manager this evening. What's going on there? A last-minute add-on there. I'm not sure what's going on, but I'm sure something is up their sleeve.
Manny Fernandez has never been a straight shooter, so to speak. He's a guy who is always ready to swerve you at any moment. Chance of rock and roll now from the crowd. Hey, here's late news. We had been told that the Superfly, Jimmy Snuka, was not going to be able to make it. We're now told that he will be in action, and he's going to be facing the Iron Sheik.
Like I said, Chris Cruz, we announced many superstars being here. We're not like any other promotion. We announced the talent is going to be here. It is here. Mr. USA Tony Atlas is the only one that was originally scheduled. He's not here tonight. He's being replaced by former WCW star Craig Pitbull Pittman, who is here tonight. The only change on the lineup, everything else is set in stone.
Well, Chris, you bring up a good point about Craig and about other talent, and we have had these private discussions, you and I, in the past, about many small independent wrestling promotions who, in the process of trying to make money, rip off the fans by either advertising talent that they know is not going to be there or advertising talent that they think just might possibly on a whim be there. And this, I think, has been the most dramatic development, the changes that you have brought to the independent wrestling scene, NDW in particular, advertising talent that actually does show up.
That's right, our talent is legitimate, it does show up, and we're here because we are a credible organization, soon to be nationwide. We definitely have a prominence here in the mid-Atlantic states. We're going to branch out to the eastern seaboard and then make our way west of the Mississippi. It's going to be great, and there's all these plans within the next couple of years leading into the next century.
Big news, of course, still to come about New Dimension Wrestling. Feel free to check the internet. www.woowrestling. That's www.woowrestling.com, and it's spelled WHOO wrestling.com/NDW. And we're live here on a beautiful night in Concord, North Carolina, and we are just north. We are just north of Concord, North Carolina, home, of course, to the Nature Boy Ric Flair. Our own Nature Boy, Buddy Landel, is here. Home, of course, to Tully Blanchard, very active now in the ministry, and after an 8-year absence, he is going to be here live in Concord, North Carolina, and we are so happy to be bringing this to you on this tape, the first tape ever produced by New Dimension Wrestling, and we hope it is the first of many. Gun to there by Morton. He comes up with his own clothesline. And again, yet another indication of how underrated Ricky Morton is in terms of power, in terms of quickness and strength. And look at that, the chop on Fernandez. Fernandez, well known, Chris, as one of the most powerful and dangerous men in the world of professional wrestling.
Manny Fernandez is feared by many wrestlers don't even step in the ring with the likes of the rageable Manny Fernandez just because of his wars throughout the world, both internationally here, domestically within the United States. Ricky Morton has got a huge task, and of course Ricky known for his tag team wrestling abilities with Robert Gibson from the Rock and Roll Express, really laying it all on the line here tonight in a singles matchup.
And Ricky Morton laying his career on the line with his one move. If it can go wrong, it's a beautiful flying body press, 1, 2, and almost a 3, and he lands right on the referee.
Yeah, referee Tony Hunter, it looks like he's partially down now. Hey. Wait, Willie Clay, I believe Willie Clay just handed Manny Fernandez something.
Looks like brass knucks to me, and Fernandez gets the 1, gets the 2, and gets the 3. A tremendous injustice. That's just not right. That's just not right.
One of the matches, 8 minutes and 4 seconds, the Breaking Bull, Manny Fernandez.
Well, Ricky Morton is laying down on the mat saying, "What just happened to me?" And we probably need to tell him what happened was the referee was distracted. The fans know what happened. We know what happened. We saw it on the video that Ricky was leveled by brass knucks from Manny Fernandez. A lot more action still to come here on New Dimension Wrestling.
He weighs in this evening at 222 pounds, and he is the current New Dimension Wrestling Light Heavyweight Champion, Willow, the Wisp.
Someone is here, and we begin now.
Chris Cruz, you saw the limo come around. I'm not sure what's going on here in the back. Bob Friedman, head of the Concord Motorsport Park, said something is brewing here in the back, leading up to Tully Blanchard's big match against the Nature Boy, Buddy Landel.
And one of the men who take credit for the original Four Horsemen. For the original Four Horsemen sign, it's big old John Hitchcock, possibly one of the top 5 best-known wrestling fans in the world today.
It is truly a burden to carry that, Mr. Cruz, but it is an honor to be recognized by such a wonderful announcer and talented a man as you.
Thank you, and a burden you carry with only one kidney, which I think is especially impressive.
Well, it just goes to show you can't keep a good kidney down.
Chris Cruz, the magnitude of this show is so great. There's 5 different television stations here, radio, newspaper. Bruce Mitchell from one of the best newsletters in the country or in the world today, the Pro Wrestling Torch, is here. So much inside within the wrestling business and outside. It's unbelievable the amount of attention this show has gained right outside the Charlotte, North Carolina area.
Now Chris is talking, he said something, John, about newsletters. What is he talking about in Pro Wrestling Torch?
Pro Wrestling Torch, along with the Wrestling Observer, are the 2 top newsletters in the country. Dave Meltzer and Wade Keller both do an excellent job with their publications, and it's really information for probably the elite hardcore fans in the country.
Well, I'm going to have to start reading those.
I think it would be an excellent idea, but I think we need to get to the ring with Willow the Wisp and Surge, because both these gentlemen are excellent wrestlers.
Chris Cruz, we've got a very important match. The light heavyweight title is on the line, to make that clear to the fans. Of course, Matt Hardy in there, better known as Surge, one half of the Hardy Boys. We've seen him on various World Wrestling Federation tapings with his brother Blur or Jeff Hardy, but Willow the Wisp, a very great high-flying, both kind of lucha libre type of wrestlers. And we're going to see a great high-flying match, I believe, and Matt Hardy a golden opportunity for that light heavyweight title.
From the wrist lock into the hammerlock, a hammerlock, the move that we don't see a whole lot more in the high-flying world of the late 90s professional wrestling. A reverse now of the hammerlock, and still to come, of course, it is Abdullah the Butcher against the Beastmaster Rick Link, and following an 8-year, that's right, 8-year absence from professional wrestling, it's Tully Blanchard, and we are in Concord, North Carolina on a beautiful summer July 1998 night, and we are in Four Horsemen country. And John, you've been out and about. The question is, are we about to see yet another member of the former Four Horsemen group here?
I'm really not sure at this time if that's going to be true or not, but I did talk to Tully Blanchard, and I tell you, he is in the best shape I have seen him in, and he's down to 215, 220 pounds, 10 pounds lighter than his wrestling weight. And one of the original Four Horsemen looked like he's here and he's going to take care of business with Buddy Landel, the supposed Nature Boy. So there should be some heat in that match.
We have seen Willow the Wisp and Surge before, and these two are known as extraordinary athletes. And look out, Willow the Wisp lands right on his butt, and we have seen this high-flying action before from these two. Rumors that these two are headed for the World Wrestling Federation right here out of New Dimension Wrestling. And the referee with a count, and he'll be back in in an original way. That's Willow the Wisp, and they are live here in Concord, Chris.
Oh, this is great, Chris Cruz. It's a pleasure, and thank you for being here as well in this great matchup. Willow the Wisp and Surge going at it toe-to-toe here. Incredible. The light heavyweight title's on. This crowd is into it. This crowd is pumped. They are ready to go, and we are excited to be here.
And this card, the culmination of literally years of planning on the part of Chris Plano, taking a very small, hang on, 1, 2, almost a 3 count there, by Matt Hardy Surge there on Will of the Wisp, taking a literally dying promotion and creating what is quickly becoming a dominant independent wrestling promotion here in the Mid-Atlantic states, and certainly headed for domination throughout the East Coast.
That's right, Chris Cruz. Our goal is to be #1 as far as independents are concerned. We know WWF, WCW, and even ECW are 1, 2, and 3 respectively. And of course, they're always jostling their positions, especially 1 and 2. That is, and we believe we are right there with the USWAs of the world, with Jerry Lawler's promotion in Memphis, Tennessee. And we are definitely on a roll and one of the hottest and most talked about organizations in and outside of the wrestling industry.
And as the camera pans throughout the area, John, you are looking at a tremendous crowd here. I know that you have been a fan for, well, probably about 50 years now. What have you seen in those in that half century of watching professional wrestling, and how it's changed?
Well, I think the biggest change is the cruiserweight talent that is now out there. Both of the...
well, I thank you. I think that I am an extraordinarily talented wrestler. I'm a wrestling announcer. But I mean, other than that, what are you talking about?
Well, I wouldn't quite go that far. But I do think that the Hardy Boys, both the Will of the Wisp and Matt Hardy, are both under contract now, a 2-year contract with the WWF, and they're really showing their stuff tonight, because both these guys can flat out go. I know for a fact that both of these gentlemen were at backstage at the WWF house show. They had a personal meeting with Vince McMahon, and I think it's nothing but up for these two guys, because I know that the Cruiserweight tournament, there will be a Cruiserweight team up in the WWF, and it looks very strong that these two guys will be top contenders for that, and it's a real feather in New Dimension Wrestling's cap that these two guys helped get their start and are being launched into the Big Two through New Dimension Wrestling.
Very quickly, New Dimension Wrestling has become almost a launching pad for superstardom to the World Wrestling Federation and to World Championship Wrestling, and a block there. John, if you think, earlier we talked about you as one. Hang on, wait a minute. Whoop. Oh, he missed a clothesline and missed it big. Oh, I don't even know what that was. A reverse enziguri. It just hit me. Mike, John, if you think, we talked about you as being possibly one of the three top most recognized wrestling fans in the world. You think if you're number 3, you think surely number 2 would be the Jamaican guy, and number 1 would be Mike Leno, I think. What do you think?
Well, I don't think anybody can take the place of the legendary fanboy oddity, Mike Leno, because he has truly set the bar so high that I don't think any man will ever accomplish the high esteem and the high credibility that he's created over the years with his ability of the West Coast scene.
John, you basically don't know what you're talking about, do you?
Well, I try to sound as convincing as possible, but I've been under the tutelage of Bruce Mitchell, and anything can be confusing once you've been with that young gentleman, because we definitely need to get some makeup and some new clothes for him, because it's really a struggle,
That's right, and our discussions about Blacktail will happen a little bit later in the night. Still to come, it's Abdullah the Butcher against the Beastmaster Rick Link, and consistently, John, we have seen Surge and Willow the Wisp steal the show, and it looks like they're doing just that. Superfly Jimmy Snuka, by the way, who we were told earlier might not be here, is here tonight.
Oh, that's incredible. I can't believe the amount of talent that's at this particular show. It's the best of the young, the best of the new, and I tell you, he
landed on his head. 1, 2, and almost a 3. How can Surge kick out of that?
I think the referee, Tony Hunter, has truly got his work cut out for him tonight, because these two men are all over the ring. It's incredible athleticism and talent, and the time that these men have is just phenomenal.
All right, there's the roll-up by Surge, and again a kick out by Will of the Wisp. It's a Superfly Jimmy Snuka against the Iron Sheik. John, I think you said it best, really. It's the best of the old and the new. Certainly the tried and true ring veterans, some in their prime, some beyond their prime, still drawing power, obviously, as you look at the fans. And then we're looking at people, these two wrestlers who, my guess is, we're still going to be watching 20 years from now.
I don't think there's any doubt of that. I've watched these two gentlemen wrestle in Greensboro and Lexington and Burlington, and everywhere they go, they basically just steal the show with their athleticism. Moonsault.
Oh, and he landed on his feet. Have you ever seen anything like that from Will of the Wisp? Wow, and a chop right to the head. Man.
I think Japan can eat their heart out with that one.
Well spoken. Will of the Wisp lands. Oh, he does it again. They're doing it again. They're stealing the show. Here at the Concord Motor Speedway, and unfortunately, Will of the Wisp not able to turn it into a pin. Man, I think the fans here are saying, did we really see that 1, 2, and no, Surge gets his legs on the rope, and Will of the Wisp has got to be losing it.
This match has already gone on for over 5 minutes. It looks like it may go a lot longer. It's amazing to see the athleticism and the condition of these two guys. I mean, they really can go, and it's amazing to see how they mix in so many Lucha Libre style matches and Japanese high flying. It reminds you a lot of Justin Thunder Liger, as well as Psychosis and Rey Mysterio Jr. It's fabulous to watch these young men go at at an incredible pace.
And we're trying to keep up with it, Chris. You know, as we said earlier, these guys consistently on your New Dimension Wrestling shows have stolen the show.
He's got it. Unbelievable. Surge and Will of the Wisp. Oh my God, look at this. Oh my heaven. He just flew 3/4 of the way out of the ring and onto and that floor is very hard. Chris Cruz, both gentlemen could be hurt very bad.
Here's the deal. They know they don't have a well-known name. Yeah, we're brushing flies off here. We're operating under combat conditions. But speaking of combat, wait till we see Abdullah the Butcher and the Beastmaster Rick Link. Also, of course, Tully Blanchard and the Nature Boy Buddy Landel.
I think the Will of the Wisp was sending a message to Sabu that he doesn't need to move furniture to get an incredible high action.
It's interesting you should point that out because, John, in almost every wrestling match, there is a subtext. Oh, that is interesting. And a DDT on the grass. Oh, my goodness. You hear that throughout the crowd. My God, this is just a war zone almost. And look at this, party of the surge, a moonsault off the second rope. Acai moonsault, it just came to me.
You know, Chris, it's really amazing how these things suddenly come to you out of the blue. I think it must be some kind of osmosis that you have with Dave Meltzer. But once again, they return to the ring. It looks like both men are sort of spent. But Surge goes after Willow the Wisp. He takes him into the corner. It looked like an arm whip reversal into the corner. Head scissors into powerbomb. Ooh, that could be the finisher, ladies and gentlemen.
What a whip. What a whip. Man, this has gone at least 10 minutes now. That's halfway through this match. And on 1, 2, and that's the 3. No, it's not. 2.5.
It's amazing how time flies when you're having fun.
Well, we are having fun here, and I'm not sure that either Surge or Will or the Wisp are, however. All right. We're still waiting for Craig Pittman against the one-man gang.
All these maggots are out here. These flies all around us. The Pittman is here in the building.
Yeah, good point. Also, we've got Abdullah the Butcher and Will the Wisp is indeed setting up Surge. Not a DDT. No, I can't believe it. Surge defending against it, though. John, what's next?
It looks like he's blocking, coming off. It looks like a suplex into a power bomb. Going for the cover. 1, 2, 3. That's the finish. Surge with the victory over Willow the Wisp. And his final matches you'll see anywhere in the country.
We've got a new champion, and the fans are on their feet. What a tremendous match that was. The kid's in his mid-20s, and he's saying he's getting way too old for it.
Your winner of the match in New Dimension Wrestling Light Heavyweight Champion,
I think there'll be a problem in reading Bruce Mitchell's writing this afternoon. There'll be a problem reading Bruce Mitchell's writing. I think we need to get him a teleprompter.
And there he is, Surge, the new champion.
I just want to say, NDW, thank you for the opportunity. I want to thank each and every person that's been with the Hardy Boys through the hard times, through the tough times, and we've done our job, and now it's time for the Hardy Boys announcements to begin and to move into the top of the wrestling vanguard. Until then.
making his way back to the locker room area. Oh, wait, the big Swede's coming in the ring. Concord, North Carolina, what a big hand for wrestling great Mr. Swede Pittman. Swede, thank you for coming this evening. I think you got a special person there with you you'd like to introduce, and we welcome you to Concord.
Standing right over there. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce you to this man right here. He's going to be one of your future champions. You can bet on it. And I know about championships. I'd like you right now to meet Boom Boom Cannon.
All righty, Swede Hansen, Boom Boom Cannon, we'd like to welcome you hopefully to some New Dimension Wrestling future matches. We hope to do some great work with you. Swede Hansen, thank you for coming out to Concord. Concord, one of the greats in professional wrestling, Mr. Swede Hansen. Concord, right after this next matchup, we will take a 12-minute intermission. After this next match, a 12-minute intermission, and we got 4 more big ones coming your way, including Tully, Blanchard, and the Nature Boy, Buddy Landel. They're going to get out in the ring here tonight in Concord. Concord, this next matchup, we have a special guest ring announcer. Someone's going to take my position here right now, making his way to the ringside area from 99.7 to Fox WRFX. You hear him on John Boy and Billy in the morning. He's their sports broadcaster, Mr. Sheik Griffin. Ladies and gentlemen, the referee again tonight, Mr. Tony Hunter. The following contest, a special tag team attraction, one fall, A 20-minute time limit. Making their way first to the ring from Los Angeles, California. Total combined weight 473 pounds. Bobby Fulton, Jackie Fulton, the Fantastic.
We're looking at the stars of the show, baby. Come on right here, you bunch of ex-suckers, dog. You're looking at me, baby. Beautiful, huh? Everyone needs to stand right now. They're standing, buddy. Woo! You people, don't you laugh at me! John Boy and Billy suck, and I said it. You people listen up and then shut your mouth. Can you hear me? Listen here. I know it's hard for you people down south, but we're from Ohio. I want y'all to shut up and let a couple of good old mighty Yankees show you what it's all about. And you keep your mouth shut, cause my eardrum got busted by a beach stretcher, and it bothers me when you boo us or say anything, so shut your mouth.
WWF Tag Team Champions, Luke and Bush, the Bushwhackers.
You know, I can think of no more saliva that I want to have than the Bushwhacker saliva. Lick him! Hey, lick him!
And hey, who wouldn't be?
You know, I really can't believe that New Dimension Wrestling has been able to get this match together, because in a way this match goes back to when the Bushwhackers were the sheep herders and they had an incredible feud with the Fantastics. Of course, it does have Bobby Fulton and Jackie Fulton. Tommy Rogers is not with us tonight. He's in semi-retirement, but it's wonderful to see this this reunion of sorts from one of the most popular feuds in the Southwest Territory. The sheep herders, which are now the popular Bushwhackers, versus the Fulton brothers. And Jackie Fulton has just returned from a tour of New Japan Wrestling, has really truly sharpened his skills and become a much better wrestler than he was. And the sheep herders, the Bushwhackers, excuse me, it seems like that they are just as big a fan favorites as they ever were, and the reaction of the crowd is really stupendous. And confidentially, I really think they're in pretty good condition. They look like they're in really good shape, and they've been kind of inactive and working the independent scene, but it's really an honor to see a reunion of a feud of somewhat legendary proportion. It doesn't look like the Fultons are really enjoying the antics of the Bushwhackers, but Luke and Butch both look like they're really ready. The Crocodile Dundee of New Dimension Wrestling, and it looks to me as if, Sarge has come in to take the jackets. He's a legendary Sarge Crew. They put his name on the back of his jersey. And Bobby Fulton looks like he's having some kind of problem being Satan because he's dressed in red. But Jackie Fulton, he must have some kind of problem with his tights because he only has one leg sleeve on. And it looks... I think there's a problem with the nationality or birthright of the Fantastics. The Bushwhackers are causing some aggravation.
Have some respect! Right now, we're in the South, and we're in Concord, and we're proud of it! Right now!
I think the only thing this match needs now is Outhouse Jack. I think that's what it really needs, to put it over the top. Outback Jack, excuse me. Thank you, Mr. Bruce Mitchell, Pro Wrestling Torch, on tour. That's right, he drove 100 miles. It's amazing the man went to that much effort and that much, he's willing to lower himself to go to the independent scene. And once again, Mr. Mitchell, I really appreciate your article in the Pro Wrestling Torch talking about the wonderful athleticism of one John Hitchcock and the living legend, Chris Cruz. Did you think that was appropriate, Mr. Cruz?
I have no idea what you said, but I agree with it completely. Luke and Butch of the Bushwhackers against Jackie and Bobby Fulton.
Chris Cruz has played this offense rocker, the Bushwhackers in the ring. Always a great, entertaining duo in the ring. Hey, the Bobby, Jackie Fulton, they've got their work cut out for them tonight.
Indeed they do, and they have got absolutely nobody on their side here live in Concord, North Carolina at the Concord Motor Speedway. And the Bushwhackers, John, know how to manipulate a crowd as well as anyone.
I think they are truly in line for being the masters of stall and working the crowd, which has once again been owned by Larry Zbysko, your old mic partner with WCW, Chris.
I have no idea who you're talking about, but there's a stall. Oh, the stalling has ended, and Bobby and Jackie nailing Luke and Bush of the Bushwhackers, formerly known years ago as the Sheep Herders, the first ever televised New Dimension Wrestling event. And we are so proud to be here sitting at ringside. It's Chris Plano, the owner of New Dimension Wrestling. And Chris, as great as it's been so far, a lot more to come, including Abby, including the Superfly, Jimmy Snuka, including Tully Blanchard.
Unbelievable lineup of talent that is here tonight. Each match so unique in itself. It's got its own unique style and flair, no pun intended when I say that, but superstars in every matchup from top to bottom. No one can put a show like this like New Dimension Wrestling can.
Chris, allow me to congratulate you on this wonderful turnout. You must be real happy with the amount of people that did show up tonight in Concord.
Sure, we are happy with the turn. This is our first time ever in Concord, North Carolina. Great turnout. All the talent is here this evening. And John Hitchcock, we'd like to thank yourself, Bruce Mitchell from the Pro Wrestling Torch for stopping by this evening. And we know there's a lot of coverage both within and out the wrestling business on this particular show. And we'll be available for a video release. We're looking to bring this cross country to all the wrestling fans, show them what New Dimension Wrestling is all about.
I think that's important that as many fans who are here in Concord, North Carolina, enjoying it live, it's our obligation to get it out, especially the expected bloodfest between Abby and the Beastmaster and the chance of Yankees scum or Yankees suck. I'm not sure what.
Don't you call us stinking scum! I'll whip it inside of you!
5? And I believe Bobby Fulton is more than capable of beating any 5 of these people in Concord, North Carolina. Hey, get out of the way, pencil neck. Why didn't you keep your chair, young champion? You know, I remember when Bruce Mitchell, I remember seeing him in a Strangler Lewis match back in the late 50s. It's fabulous to see him taking time out of his busy schedule.
A typical cowardly journalist not wanting to get involved in anything.
Well, I think a real wrestling fan would have not given up his chair, because I think after all, how tall is Bobby Fulton? 6 foot, 6'1"? Come on, Bruce Mitchell, you're twice the man he is. Twice the man.
And we're back now, and Bruce, I guess you'll just get your chair. He just gets his chair.
After it looks like Bobby and Jackie Fulton are having just a little bit of trouble figuring out really what the Bushwhackers are all about. I think they're just utterly confused.
I'm not sure the Bushwhackers know what they're all about.
I take it, I know one thing, Scott Hudson would never give up his chair, and I can't believe the cowardly acts of Bruce Mitchell. It's just terrible, it's terrible.
Rights available on calling for tonight.
Mercy.
Yes, but we chose John Hitchcock. All right. Well, yes, absolutely.
Let me tell you something right now, Mr. TV announcer. This is the big cat on a lad talking up close with Christopher Cruz. And I want to tell you something, Mr. TV announcer. You need to shut up. Had enough of you. Tired of it. Where's Wahoo McDaniel at?
Ernie Ladd in the building, I guess, here, but they were getting ready to lock up.
What are they doing, Chris?
Bobby Fulton, Luke Williams of the Bushwhackers are ready to lock it up with Bobby Fulton. This crowd is totally the Bushwhackers. They're fantastic. They have a mountain to climb here, and they just seem nice arm lock up there by Luke Williams of the Bushwhackers, and Bobby Fulton is feeling the wrath of that one.
Now back into the full arm drag and twist, the wrist lock, and does it again. And look, oh, wait a minute. Luke got a rake of the eyes there by Bobby Fulton, who has been known to do that a time or two in the past. And in comes Jackie Fulton, and John, as you mentioned, fresh back from a tour of Japan. And Bobby, oh, that's going to hurt, and does indeed. And Luke is going to lose use of that left arm for most of the match if the punishment continues. Jackie and Bobby Fulton, masters of distracting the referee, and the ref, I don't know what he said, but it wasn't complimentary.
I find it very interesting that the Fantastics at one time were really fan favorites in New Dimension Wrestling, and I'm very concerned at exactly what caused them to suddenly take this new attitude and be very heelish, and the fans are definitely making it well known how they feel about these scumbag Yankees, the Fultons.
And in comes Jackie Fulton, I beg your pardon, in comes Butch of the sheep herders, the Bushwhackers, and they go back, and look at that again, Bobby Fulton on Luke. And Luke is being double teamed, and effectively so, by Jackie and Bobby Fulton. And what a coup it would be for the Fantastics here to be able to defeat the Bushwhackers here in New Dimension Wrestling. It's our big show of the year, and we are live here at the Concord Motor Speedway in Concord, North Carolina. And here, wait a minute, I'm not sure if Bobby Fulton doesn't know it's Jackie. He's doing it to Jackie. He thinks that is Luke of the Bushwhackers, and the fans are loving every minute of this.
I think Jackie Fulton's tied up at the moment.
Yeah, tied up indeed by his own brother. And the fans are cheering Bobby on. And Bobby doesn't realize what he's doing to his brother. Oh, this is fantastic.
I think he realizes it now.
Thank you, Mr. Understatement. Luke and Butch of the Bushwhackers. That's what I know I had to hear for to brush away the flies.
There's some dissension amongst the Fantastics now. Definitely, Jackie Fulton's left arm is hurt. Bobby Fulton has no explanation of this, and Bobby Fulton may have dug himself out of a hole he cannot get out of.
And Bobby is, I guess, just begging for time, and the fans aren't helping him again, screaming about their... Oh, wait a minute. Bobby and Jackie, I thought they were going to go up through the crowd. They've certainly been known to do that in the past. It's been a great night so far. We've seen Manny Fernandez in action. We've seen a brand new NDW light heavyweight champion crowned. And we also saw the Ringlords defend their NDW Tag Team Championship. So, Chris, a lot more to come.
Unbelievable. It's just unbelievable. 4 more big matches coming for these fans there in Concord. A great night of the champions, both young and old alike, all convened here to Concord for a great evening with New Dimension Wrestling.
And Bobby Fulton is in there, and now in comes Butch. Butch is wild. He is the tougher of the two, and look out, the right to the gut.
That's right, cousin. That's right, cousin.
We are not related in any way, John, and I don't appreciate you intimating that we are.
Real good, Chris Cruz. People I've been seeing throughout this videotape. Ways to get in touch with New Dimension Wrestling. 336-882-4921 is our hotline number for New Dimension Wrestling. Or check us out on the World Wide Web at www.ndwwrestling.com. Okay. Check us out on the World Wide Web at ndwwrestling.com. All you need to know about New Dimension Wrestling, and we are prosperous and growing right here in the Mid-Atlantic.
Well, it's been great to be in on the growth of New Dimension Wrestling from the very beginning, and now NDW Wrestling with its very own homepage. And John, the ultimate internet computer geek Hitchcock, joining me here at ringside.
Well, I want to say that it looks like New Dimension Wrestling has really entered into the computer age, and without a doubt, Chris Plano is the king of email. He makes sure that everybody's aware of his cards, and he also does an excellent job of letting people know if certain people are not available for the cards, which is really a high standard that Chris Plano is trying to do. But right now, it looks like there's a lot of heat between the Fantastics, the new Fantastics, and the Bushwhackers. Go for the cover, a 2 count. Bobby Fulton, as usual, is arguing over the fact that he thinks he got a cheap win, but we all know better than that.
And John, let's not forget that Parts Unknown, the store, the comic book store in Greensboro, North Carolina, of which you are proprietor, also entering the technological phase, recently going from candles now to electric light, I'm told, and also changing from pencils to pens, so we congratulate you on that.
There's no stopping us once we go to the typewriter.
Oh, Bob. Bobby Fulton is about to get a huge surprise from Butch. He did scoop him right up and dropped him, and now Butch up and, oh, man, big fist. We saw that. And Jackie Fulton, he misses and gets his own brother. The new Fantastics are in a lot of trouble. The Bushwhackers, it looks like, are, they collide.
Jackie goes down.
I think Bobby doesn't know what he's in for. Double clothesline, and it knocked something out of him. Was that a tooth? And now, again, we see the Fulton spending more time outside the ring than inside. And this is a real surprise, Chris. They're asking for timeout.
Unbelievable. The Bushwhackers is on a roll here in this match. The Fantastics really cannot mount an offensive attack. Seems every time they start, the Bushwhackers are 2 steps ahead of them.
Luke! Hey, Luke! Oh, he doesn't know. We're going to keep telling him there's no people over here, Chris.
Luke Williams, looking at the other side of the track, he's either yelling out to the darkness or the people, the ghosts of in the track tonight, but these guys definitely have their act together in the ring.
They do play a little bit of the comedy routine, but when it comes to wrestling, John, the Bushwhackers, even in their time as the Sheep Herders, were known as a very competitive tag team, and as the ring announcer noted, the former World Wrestling Federation tag team champions.
I think they've really shown in this match that they're working much better as a team than the Fultons. The Fultons seem to be a little disorganized. Oh, knee to the back coming off the ropes, and as usual, the referee somehow did not see that happen. I can't believe that the referees miss so many things. Maybe they should have 2 referees from now on to stop this, because I hate this blatant cheating that continues to go on in any wrestling.
Well, that's an original thought.
Well, the referee, Tony Hunter, has his work cut out for him tonight. The only referee on the program here refereeing 8, which I would say big matches could be main events in any arena. So at least most of the matches main events in any arena in this country today.
That's a very good point, Chris, and they're all on the same card.
And, Tony Hunter is really a second-generation participant, because everybody in North Carolina area remembers his father, the legendary Johnny Hunter, who wrestled and had plenty of independent wrestling cards for over 20 years in the Mid-Atlantic area.
And, of course, you, John, a second-generation media personality. John Hitchcock, of course, the son of the famed movie director Alfred Hitchcock, and we're glad to have you and pleased to have you here at ringside.
Good evening.
That wasn't bad. The new Fantastics against the Bushwhackers, and Luke of the Bushwhackers saying that Bobby Fulton has let loose with a low blow, and that's exactly what happened.
Chris Cruz just wants to get to clear off to the fans. This is the new Fantastics in there. Bobby and his brother Jackie Fulton. As you know, the Fantastics legends in the 80s with Bobby Fulton and Tommy Rogers. Tommy still working independently throughout the United States. Jackie taking his place tonight in the ring. And now it seems like the Fantastics are taking control here on the Sheep Herders with some illegal tactics. Is that a foreign object in Bobby Fulton's hand?
It sure looks like it. Chris, now that you're here, I think we need to ask just who is in the limo, if anyone.
Well, we're not sure who's in the limo, but all we know is there was great speculation of another original 4 Horsemen member being here with Tully Blanchard. We know Tully Blanchard is in the building. He's gearing up for his title shot against the Nature Boy, Buddy Landel, for the heavyweight championship of New Dimension Wrestling. Hey, we are in Horseman country. Anything can happen because this is New Dimension Wrestling. You got to feel the action live at the shows and be there to experience a New Dimension Wrestling show.
And thousands of fans are here live at the Concord, North Carolina Motor Speedway. What a beautiful thing to do on a beautiful night in North Carolina, just north of Charlotte, the home, of course, of Arn Anderson, of the Nature Boy Ric Flair, of many of the original 4 Horsemen.
I mean, it's unbelievable, the array of talent that is gathered here today, and even some legends of the wrestling industry are here as well. Some great things happening at Concord. Great day for wrestling. Much anticipation built up for this one for months, and it's all going headway here this evening.
Indeed, this had been building up for months, and Bobby Fulton and Jackie Fulton, the new Fantastics, appear to be dominating the Bushwhackers.
Fantastic taking control of this match. Maybe some of the youth coming in now are the Fantastics. Maybe some of as the match goes on here, it plays into the Fantastics' favor. Bushwhacker Lewis desperately needs to tag to his partner Butch here. He's struggling. Look at Bobby Fulton hanging on to everything he can get to prevent that tag from happening. If he hits this tag with Butch, this place is going to go crazy.
And Luke is pulled back slightly into the Mid East. He knows that he's desperate for a tag, and here it comes. Yes, the tag, and in comes Butch.
But referee Tony Hunter has his back.
Oh, I think the fans did not react because they knew. Oh, John, Look at that. They're showing the referee's body. Now, a few nights ago, that would have been a sight we would not have wanted to see.
I know for a fact that if I ever took up refereeing, nothing like that would ever happen in New Dimension Wrestling, because I think I could be a man that could hold my own in that ring.
You mean that we would never see a ref with a flat stomach?
I think that about sums it up.
A blatant distraction by the Fantastics there on the referee, Tony Hunter, and really keeping them control of the match here. Just distracting the referee. Tony doesn't know which way to look in. The end result, the Fantastics are in control here of this matchup, and really things are swinging, and the pendulum is swinging in their favor.
A double clothesline. That's exactly what needed. Look at that from Luke of the Bushwhackers. Here comes the tag. Here it comes. It's hot. Finally. And in comes Butch. And the Fantastics are flying. There goes Jackie. He's down. Another clothesline from the left.
I think Butch is on fire.
I've heard that before. I'm not quite sure where. Yeah, we're ready. Knock those hard heads together. The Fulton's heads get knocked.
I don't think there's any doubt that to the crowd, he is truly their Butch.
Yeah. All right. Reversal there, and unfortunately one man from each tag team. And now the question is, who are the legal men? My guess is, oh, did you see that? It's like a knife.
A foreign object.
What is he doing?
It's international object. It's international object.
Okay, thank you. And
I can't believe the ref has not seen it.
oh, he got him. His own brother. He got his own brother. Look out. Here comes the battering ram from the Bushwhackers. Bobby Fulton doesn't know what he's in store for. Oh!
That could be the finish. One.
And a pull of the tights. The fans are loving this.
I don't think you should call the pulling of the tights, considering how much illegal action was going on by the Fultons, who always take any shortcut they possibly can. You know, a night like this brings out in Concord, North Carolina, a crowd ravenous for wrestling. It makes me wish that my good friends Jeff Bowdern and Dave Flaherty were here, along with the fabulous Ron Lemieux of ECW.
In the sewer! Yay!
Tony Hunter. From Baton Rouge, Louisiana, there is former WWF superstar, the one, Get out of the way!
I like Mike. I'm on record. I like Mike. And now the Pitbull. Look at Pittman. Wow, that guy is in shape and taking a chance. Did you see him fly down those steps? Wow, that's impressive.
I tell you, Sergeant Craig Pittman is in incredible shape. He's an incredible athlete. He's a shoot fighter. He's been fought in Japan. He's been on tours in Japan. He's an incredible athlete. And I think if this match goes over 5 minutes, I think the one-man gang could be a little bit out of gas. So that must be his strategy for this match.
That's a very good point. The one-man gang. Wait a minute.
I'm giving you one chance right now to leave this speedway before something unmentionable happens to you tonight. So I'm giving you a chance right now to just walk back up those stairs, Pittman, and get on out of here. Get in your vehicle and just drive on back to the Marine base where you belong, son.
Army champion.
Armed Forces champion, Craig the Pitbull Pittman. He's crawling. now toward the one-man gang, and Pittman has decided that he is... Ring the bell, ring the bell. Pittman has decided that he is going to fight the one-man gang. This is going to be a huge challenge for Craig the Pitbull Pittman. Spent a lot of time in World Championship Wrestling. And Chris Plano now finds himself, does Craig Pittman, right in the clutches of the one-man gang. And still to come, it's Jimmy the Superfly Snuka against the Iron Sheik. We'll see Abdullah the Butcher against the Beastmaster Rick Link. And Tully Blanchard taking on the Nature Boy, Buddy Landel. Wait a minute. We got music again. I don't know what we got music again for, but oh, the fans are joining in the chant of maggot, maggot, maggot. John, I know that's got to hurt, that chant. I know. Oh, wait a minute. And the Pitbull, I don't think that the one-man gang is going to even come close to being able to come up with push-ups like that.
The one-man gang, as a lot of people remember, used to be Akeem the African Dream in the WWF, and it looks like he's had a change of heart or maybe a change of color, and has decided to take this match with Craig Pittman, who's obviously in great shape and is really ready to rumble.
Pittman came to World Championship Wrestling, came to wrestling literally directly out of the Marine Corps. He took one of the, as the U.S. military in the mid-90s was downsizing. Pittman took one of the special 15-year retirement options that they were offering. True story, gentlemen. True story. What do you look at me so funny for?
Sometimes we can't help but look at you funny, Mr. Cruz.
I thank you for that.
But I do want to say that I cannot ever repay you for being my meal ticket and helping me get into the business as your lovable sidekick and bodyguard with New Dimension Championship Wrestling.
I smell whiskey.
Gordon Soley.
Craig the Pitbull Pittman. And the one-man gang, it looks like, I think, are trying to determine just, wait a minute, what the strategy is going to be. And Pittman is showing that he is not only strong, but fast as well. The one-man gang, extraordinarily fast for a man of his size, over 400 pounds, about 6'8". And look at Pittman begin to manhandle the one-man gang. This is impressive.
I think we should be looking for the one-man gang who's finishing hold as a 747 splash. I think we're going to see if the agility of Craig Pittman will allow him to stay away from that devastating hold, which is won hundreds and hundreds of matches for the one-man gang.
Well, Pittman shoved the one-man gang, and the one-man gang found himself flat on his back on the mat, on the canvas. Again, another indication of just how powerful Pittman is. And Pittman with an open hand slap that I think shocks and amazes the one-man gang more than hurts him. Now the collar and elbow tie-up. And the gang with a thundering blow and a spit just to back it up. And now a kick right into the gut. Is that legal? Can we take the one-man gang at his word? Oh, wow. A tackle. This is turning into something that maybe the one-man gang was not ready for.
If Craig Pittman keeps the one-man gang off his feet, that's a huge advantage for him with his Greco-Roman background, his amateur wrestling, because it's well known that Craig Pittman is a tremendous Greco-Roman wrestler.
The fans, so much a part of New Dimension Wrestling, and if you're on the internet, it's www.ndwwrestling.com. We're on the internet, updated every single day with the latest results. Chris Plano, the owner of New Dimension Wrestling, does it personally. We've got a special email list for you as NDW, dominating independent wrestling in the Mid-Atlantic states, and slowly but surely branching out throughout the Southeast. And look at the facial expression there on Craig the Pitbull Pittman. We've got cards coming up throughout the Southeast, also in New York. And oh, look at that, the knee lift into an elbow, and the one-man gang may be headed our way. The gang, as we said, over 400 pounds, over 6'8". Joined once again by Chris Plano, the owner of New Dimension Wrestling, as we continue the action here, Chris.
Chris Cruz, the action hot, heavy. Craig Pitbull Pittman, the one-man gang in the ring, going head-to-head here. And there is no doubt that there was so much anticipation. Chris Cruz, I was just going back to the locker room area. Hundreds of fans stopped me, asking me who else is here from the Four Horsemen this evening. So much anticipation building around this matchup. These people are definitely ready. And what about referee Tony Hunter? Tony Hunter was being cheered about an hour and a half ago, and now it's seems like almost this crowd has turned against him. with his refereeing style in the ring.
Oh, wait a minute. Pittman is headed for this area, and we are headed away from the area, and you know that the one-man gang is going to follow. That's right. You get out of the way. Indeed. Hey, wait. Oh, wow. Hey, wait a minute. Hey, that was the ring. That was my drink. Hey, you just spilled my drink. Hey. Hey, gang, you just spilled my drink. There it goes. The chancer. Oh, look, even the police are getting out of the way. We're going to follow the action. Oh, man. He just threw him head first into the cyclone fence. Shut your hole! Referee, get control of this match, for God's sakes. Oh, the one-man gang went out of the concrete. This is incredible. My God. Man. All right, finally, that's it.
It looks like to me it's broken down to an impromptu cage match.
I guess it is a cage match. That's a very good point, John. That's the hardest thing you've said all night.
I don't think this is a Pier 6 brawl. I think more or less it's a Winston Racing Series brawl. And they continue this into the cage and out into the crowd.
All right, and the one-man gang and the pitbull, Craig Pittman, headed back for the ring. Referee, get control of this match. Oh, Pittman goes right under the table. My God. Look, oh no, please not the stairs. I don't think this table is going to last too long, and still to come, we've got Abdullah the Butcher against Rick Link. Hey, this match is over. Tell him the match is over. That's enough. That's enough. We're going to follow the action as long as we can. Oh, man. The one-man gang on his hands and knees crawling away from the powerful Chris Cruz. This place is out of control. Things are getting torn up. Look at this. Oh, my God. Craig Pittman's got to be hurt. He is hurt severely. One-man gang, Craig Pittman going out of here. Look at this. Oh, my God. Stop this man. Pittman is going to suffer a serious injury. Oh, and he clocks the one-man gang. This is vicious. He does it again. This is carnage. Oh, my God. This match is long over, and now Pittman has got a chair. Look out. Are they going back to the ring? They're going back to the ring where there are count them, 3 chairs, and at least one of those is going to clock Pittman, and he does it. Yet again. And finally, the referee. Oh! Oh, no! Oh, my God, what are you doing? Somebody control this. Get in there and control this, Sarge. Oh! I am covered with bugs. I've got gnats and bugs.
Tony Harmon took the worst hit of the night.
That's the only referee we've got, and finally the gang is walking away from Pittman, and Pittman clocks him.
48 seconds. Referee Tony Hunter.
I can hardly get up the stairs. That piece of trash. I've seen better nuggets in the brush. In the ring, the Persian clubs are making their way to the ring. I have got $500 in. Bob, thank you for bringing the Persian clubs up to the ring.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 25, 26, 27, 28, 59, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103 Concord. The Sheik was just demonstrated for you. Okay.
But I beat you know now why I beat Hulk Hogan. Because I was a real Olympic wrestler. Hey, you champion, world champion, try and make it to WWF champion. Good job there, you know, Madison Square Garden. Come on, I'm zoom it. Look at me. Ya Allah, Ya Muhammad. Zoom the eye. Look at it. Come on, zoom it. Yeah. Come the wrong eye. Exactly.
Landel. And there's a Sheik right next to us. I beg your pardon. There's the Superfly right next to us.
Another man from the WWF Hall of Fame. And it looks like he's in tremendous shape and ready to mix it up with the Sheik, who I'm sure these two men have crossed paths many times in the WWF up in the New York area.
You basically have nothing to say, do you, John?
I'm just trying to carry you the best I can, Mr. Cruz, because there's not more to it you say about the senior circuit, but it'll be an excellent conversation.
All right. Somebody get Bruce Mitchell some oxygen. And we are live here at the Concord Motor Speedway. The bell is rung, and Chris, finally, it's Superfly Jimmy Snuka against the Iron Sheik.
Well, no one accepted the Iron Sheik challenge, but we did have people accept it. No one beat the Iron Sheik, and I think he's still undefeated with the Iranian Persian Club Challenge. And now Jimmy Snuka has the monumental task of taking on the former WWF World Champion, who back in 1984 beat Bob Backlund after a 5-year reign in Madison Square Garden, lost the title 1 month later to...
Well, the Sheik is...
Concord, North Carolina, Iron Sheik needs complete silence in this matchup, and please do not chant USA, USA as he's taking on Jimmy the Superfly Snuka.
Well, I think that's going to obviously get exactly the opposite reaction. Snuka looks great.
Yeah, Snuka in great condition. Of course, had great wars in the wrestling world with Roddy Piper, Cowboy Bob Orton, and many, many others in the 80s and early 90s. The Iron Sheik, his fame for beating Bob Backlund in Madison Square Garden, and then 1 month later losing it to Hulk Hogan in the big rock and wrestling connection in Madison Square Garden. That's what really elevated professional wrestling, Chris, you know, in 1985.
That's a very good point. I was with the World Wrestling Federation briefly in '85, and it was an extraordinary time. And John, I know that you were in the old NWA territory, and certainly you must have been saying, what has McMahon got up his sleeve?
Well, I'll tell you one thing about Jimmy Snuka. Besides being the WWF Hall of Fame, he also was national tag team champions with Terry Gordy in Georgia. He also was probably had one of the most famous moves in the 80s when he dove off the cage on Bob Backlund in Madison Square Garden, which basically changed the whole career and life of Cactus Jack. He also had a good tag team in the Mid-Atlantic area with Paul Orndorff, I'm sorry. I know, I don't have anything to say, I'm sorry.
You're sorry, all right. The new referee is Dave Ruth. And Dave Ruth taking over for the senior official here in New Dimension Wrestling, good point, is taking over for the injured Tony Hunter. And the Iron Sheik against Superfly Jimmy Snuka, two of the biggest names of professional wrestling in the 1980s, still wrestling in the late 1990s. And the Sheik, a massive man, and the Superfly Jimmy Snuka is a man who obviously we all remember from the 80s in the World Wrestling Federation. Still to come, we're looking at the Beastmaster Rick Link against Abdullah the Butcher, and we're going to have our running shorts and running shoes on. And then after an 8-year absence, it's Tully Blanchard against the Nature Boy Buddy Landel. And Chris, a real coup for you to get Tully Blanchard here in New Dimension Wrestling.
Chris, Tully Blanchard, a very important part of New Dimension Wrestling. We're excited to have him, one of the original members of the Four Horsemen, right in his backyard. But the Tully Blanchard has come out of retirement to work for any one wrestling organization. he works for New Dimension Wrestling.
Well, once again, the Sheik is asking.
Concord, North Carolina, the Iron Sheik requests again that everyone have complete silence and please do not chant USA, USA during his match.
Well, he's not going to get complete silence. I'm not sure if he's going to get chance of USA, USA. The crowd can't seem to get it together. John, where are Hacksaw Jim Duggan and Sergeant Slaughter when you need them?
I don't know, but it really is interesting to see up close Jimmy Snuka, who is truly the O.J. Simpson of wrestling.
What do you mean by that?
He drank a lot of orange juice in his day. That's why you see the incredible physique on Jimmy Snuka.
Oh, the chops that we've come to expect from the Superfly. He chopped him again. He picks up the Iron Sheik and dumps him, and what a load that is. And now look out.
You know, I think one thing that's very deceptive about the Iron Sheik is, you know, he was in the 68 Olympics, the 72 Munich Olympics. He was a Greco-Roman competitor. He's well-schooled, and a lot of people mention that he doesn't look like he's quite in shape, but trust me, we've had run-ins with him, Chris. We've both managed him at one time, and it's amazing the condition of this man and the strength of this man. He is strong. He's very deceptive in his strength.
All right, we're here at the Concord Motor Speedway, just north of Charlotte, North Carolina. There's a huge mystery developing. The question is, who is in the limo? Is it yet another member of the Four Horsemen? Of course, Charlotte, well known as the hometown of the Nature Boy Ric Flair. Of course, well known as the hometown of Arn Anderson. And Chris, Ricky Steamboat, thank you, but I was talking about the Four Horsemen. If you can follow along with me, John, I don't think Ricky Steamboat was ever a member of the Four Horsemen. Now, if you have any information that's different than mine, please enlighten me. But if you don't, please just follow along.
You know, I think Lee Marshall was right when he said it was time for you to take a hike.
Lee who? And another chop there from the Superfly, Jimmy Snuka. Oh, two more big matches here at the Concord Motor Speedway, and the sweat is flying. I'm telling you, just sitting here, you're sweating. It's a hot, steamy, beautiful, but muggy North Carolina night in July 1998.
It looks like the Superfly Jimmy Snuka is working over the shoulders of the Iron Sheik. They're in the turnbuckle. Dave Ruth has had a lot of latitude in this match, and he pulls Jimmy Snuka back. Uh-oh, the Iron Sheik. It looks like he's gone for an international object. Boom. Right to the head. Dave, the referee, doesn't seem to have noticed this. Wait a minute, he did. He's calling for the bell. He's calling for the bell. It's totally he's calling the match. The match on a disqualification goes to Superfly Jimmy Snuka. Dave Ruth, referee, is called for the bell, and looks like there's some bad blood between these two men.
There may be some blood, period.
Jimmy Snuka has wrestled the object away. I can't believe this match has already ended. It looks like it was just getting started, and suddenly the Iron Sheik was disqualified for using the foreign object, and he doesn't seem a lick happy at all. In his car. Hollywood East limos.
Anything goes in this matchup. Please remain in your seats. Fans are not involved in the action as the jury will be around ringside. Making his way to the wrestling area first in their judgment. He weighs in this evening at an even 400 pounds. And from anywhere he damn wants to be, he's the current TNT champion. He was undefeated in New Zealand with the NWA Tour in 1983. He got to the court. World Bushwhacker champion, the Bushwhacker, Excuse me, but the true brass nut champion standing in your presence today, Abdullah the Butcher, who holds the title. The great Kabuki went down under the hand of Abdullah in
All right, here we go. The match that so many of us have been waiting for. It's Abdullah the Butcher against the World Brass Knuckles champion, the Beastmaster Rick Link. He has been around New Dimension Wrestling. In fact, he has dominated New Dimension Wrestling to an extraordinary degree.
Rick Link won the Brass Knucks titles from Mark the Maniac Lewin over 10 years ago, and has still successfully held that title. Only briefly lost it to Kamala 2 in Thomasville, but then regained it a week after. Right now, it's a battle of two immovable objects, actually. And to tell you the truth, Chris, I think you'll recall this, but I believe Abdullah was pretty good for a man who was electrocuted on last time we saw him on WCW.
Look at these two monsters. My God. These guys each about 400 pounds, possibly a lot more, and Dave Ruth has got more guts. He's the referee, more guts than I ever would getting in between these two guys. These two known as real bleeders, I guess, in the business. And when these guys get cut, look out, because the blood is going to be flying. There's a lot of tension here at ringside because we know that these guys like to fight outside the ring as well as inside. John, really, I don't know that anybody is, in terms of his size and in terms of his wrestling ability and knowledge, is the equal of Rick Link like Abdullah the Butcher is.
I think this is going to be a really tough match because you see Abdullah the Butcher has already pulled out his, it looks like he's got a fork there. He's well known for that. He had he's, matter of fact, he was one of the best friends of the late Bruiser Brody. And it looks like the Butcher is carving up another turkey in Rick Link.
He's got a fork, my God. This is so gross. I don't even know what to say. And Link has never been treated this way before. The cameras are all obviously getting a close-up. I'm not quite sure how close, however, that we want to get. I'm Chris Cruz, and we're here at the Concord, North Carolina Motor Speedway, and the referee has got to step in here. Look at Butcher. What's he doing? He's cutting Link into shreds. Oh, my God, this is gross. The Butcher has got an actual fork. Oh, my God. Family and friends, believe it or not, of the Beastmaster Rick Link are here around ringside, and more than a little bit concerned, as well they should be. Man, the referee is really allowing Abdullah the Butcher a lot of leeway, and the fact is, whether you allow him leeway or not, he is going to take it. And man, Link is really rocked very early in this match, and that's something you never see. You never see from Link. Oh, good God. Oh, he is stabbing him in the chest with a fork. My God. It's spurting out. Yeah. Oh, this can't be right. This can't be right. He's got a fork. Why doesn't the referee do something?
I believe this is a Brass Knuckles title, so it's no disqualification. And I know one thing, Abdullah the Butcher has definitely taken liberties as far as that's concerned. Well, this is going to be a bloodbath. I tell you, Rick Link is known as really the hardcore champion, and has really captured the fans' favorite in New Dimension Wrestling, which is really fascinating. Uh-oh, he's coming over.
Whoa, look out. Link has literally been stabbed, and he is a bloody pulp and a mess. And now comes Abdullah the Butcher out. They never met a table they didn't like, and we are getting out of the way. Oh, look at that. Link now on Abdullah. What has he got, a chain?
It looks like he pulled a chain out. He had it on. You're talking to the wrong person if you want me to do something. I think it's the referee has really just thrown the rule book out and let him go ahead and cheer 6.
Oh, Link is a bloody, nasty, gory mess. And he's getting, oh no, oh, he stabbed Abdullah the Butcher in the top of the head with a fork. This is crazy. Oh God, he did it again. Oh. Well, I got to tell you, they're in the ring a lot more than we thought they would be, John. We thought they'd spend most of the time wrestling outside the ring.
I tell you, this is really an awesome sight to see two men this size. It's amazing the ring can hold this much weight because these two guys are really just pounding each other. No quarter given. Both just tough as they could be. And it's amazing to me to watch how this match has continued to go. I didn't expect this match to last more than a couple of minutes with the offensive onslaught of Abdullah the Butcher, but Rick Link's found a way to fight back. And boom! He also, Rickling just took care of Abdullah the Butcher's manager.
Well, now Link has thrown out yet another object that he was using. These guys are probably laden down with as many objects as you can count. And the cameras are really zooming in here because this is the real action still to come, of course. We've got Tully Blanchard against the nature boy, Buddy Landel. A chop there from Link on the top of the already bloody pulp of a head. That's Abdullah the Butcher, who has probably been cut open more times, and my God, he's licking his own blood. Abdullah the Butcher is licking his own blood, and Link, what is Link trying to do? Pop out his eyes? Oh my God. And Link is spurting blood as well. With every exertion, he has nailed the referee. He has nailed the referee. Oh my God, he's been stabbed with a fork. Now Butcher. Oh, wait a minute, the referee is back up again. The referee is back up, and he's got a lot. Oh, boy! Abdullah clocked him. Oh, yee! The referee, talk about leeway. I don't know if you could even justify this. And the fans are awfully close to the action. Oh, no. Some kid has got a tray. Some kid has got a tray. Oh. All right, guys, I guess we could have figured that would happen. I can't believe what's going on here. Abdullah is being stabbed in the head with the fork. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Oh. Some fan has just gotten hit. Some fan has just got... And the fork goes flying and the blood goes flying. What in the hell is going on here? They're trying to break it up. And no, there goes the table. Here's the World Brass Knucks title. Whack him over the head with it. Why not? Oh no, look out. Abdullah the Butcher is going through the crowd. Look out, here he comes. Oh, please put a stop to this. Hasn't there been enough carnage? Oh, gee, Abdullah the Butcher has head-butted. Oh! And he does it again. And the blood is now on these, apparently this security. Nobody can get these two apart. This is out of control. Oh, headbutt, and a bloody one at that. Oh, God. Oh. Chris Cruz, this is totally out of control here. I'm Joe the Butcher, the Beast. That's Rikki. Classic new dimension wrestling action coming your way. Folks, you don't get it anywhere else on the independent floor. Of course, ECW, USWA, they can't even keep up with something like this because the guys do not have the guts to step in the ring with Abdullah the Butcher. And I said, well, the huge demand, obviously. Independent wrestling organization in the world today, by far with the greatest wrestling talent here tonight. Well, no, Abdullah is going after the cameraman. No. Cameraman, get back in there. Do your job. Get back in there and shoot the action. So we pay you for God's sakes. What were you expecting?
All right, for 7 minutes, 30 seconds, referee Danger has disqualified both wrestlers.
Blanchard looking great, giving the sign of the four horsemen. John, everybody is standing here at the Concord Motor Speedway.
What an entrance from Tully Blanchard, and one of the, as they've said earlier, and everybody knows it who's watching as a wrestling fan, there's no greater wrestler in his day than Tully Blanchard, and he is in incredible condition. He claims he's doing 400 squats. He's been in the gym, he's been working out, and he said on the radio yesterday that his goal was not only to take the title from Nature Boy Buddy Landel, but to make him puke. He is going to work his butt off, and he's going to give the crowd everything that he has and show them that the old Horseman magic is not missing one iota after the last 8 years of his retirement. I believe the last time Tully Blanchard was in the ring was when he was at ECW. He had a few matches there and was pretty successful. And then he's been in retirement. He's been in the religious community. He's been working with prisoners. He's been working with high school teams. He's been trying to turn people onto the Lord, as he was turned in when he was brought back to WCW. And right now he has returned, not very far from his hometown, which he grew up in Texas. But he worked with his father, Joe Blanchard. That's how he came up, putting up rings. He's old school, and at one time, in my opinion, he was one of the top 5 wrestlers in the world, along with Ric Flair, Arn Anderson, and Ole Anderson, the original Four Horsemen.
Nice riff there, John, and now we'll listen to the Nature Boy.
Well, I personally think after that tirade, Mike Tenay can eat his heart out.
I think that I can beat you. And I'm going to prove that tonight. But this is the non-title match. Is that all right with you?
And I have a feeling Buddy Landel may be getting the wrestling lesson of his life.
I don't need to do an interview to wrestle you.
Always was. From the very moment Tully Blanchard was announced. Oh, there he goes. Very quickly, he rolls up Buddy Landel. 1, 2, almost a 3 count. Watch this Blanchard move. Watch him, John. I think that's the real magic, is the speed that Blanchard has.
I think the surprising thing about Tully Blanchard is he may not be the biggest man, he may not be the strongest man, but I tell you one thing, there is nobody that is more at home in a wrestling ring than that man. I have seen him in the Greensboro Coliseum during the heyday of the Four Horsemen go from the floor through the ring between the counts of 1 and 2 for a pinning combination. And I tell you, there's no greater, he's like a spider, an antelope or something. He's so quick, he has such balance. And I tell you what, he is truly in great shape. I hate to keep saying that, but it's really amazing to see a guy who's been on layoff for at least 5, 7 years, and look at the condition he's in, and boy, he is really going after the Nature Boy, Buddy Landel.
The Nature Boy, Buddy Landel, once told me that he stepped foot in a gym one time. He didn't like the feeling, and he got out of there as quickly as he could.
Well, the last time we saw Tully Blanchard in a major organization was Smoky Mountain Wrestling, where he was a Smoky Mountain champion and was very successful at the very end of that career, wrestling with with Jimmy Cornette and the Rock and Roll Express. He was a babyface at that time, and then he kind of disappeared. He did go to the WWF for a short period of time, and I believe the last major match he had was in Knoxville against Shawn Michaels of the WWF. And Shawn Michaels did defeat Tully Blanchard. He did beat, Buddy Landel at that time. But I went to that match in Knoxville. It was a tremendous match, very competitive. And if you could stay in the ring with Shawn Michaels, I mean, that's saying something. And Buddy Landel did do that. And it's proven that he is much more than a talker. He can do more than talk. He can take the wall.
He is a great talker, but he does back it up. And Tully Blanchard at the same time doing the same thing. Blanchard in his 40s and looks tremendous. Now the collar and elbow tie-up. And these two great pros, great NWA, WCW history. Blanchard, of course, very briefly in the World Wrestling Federation. And John, oh, wait a minute. You can see there is the fire in Tully Blanchard that has never died out.
I tell you, one thing that I always remembered is when Tully Blanchard first broke into the business, I believe his tag team partner was Gino Hernandez, the handsome half-breed. And his father, Joe Blanchard, ran a wrestling promotion. So Tully Blanchard basically was a guy who sold popcorn. He put up the ring. He worked for the promotion ever since he was a little kid. And it really shows when you watch him in the ring, because he is truly a great scientific wrestler, and he knows how to play the head games. And it looks like he's trying to play that head game right now with Buddy Landel.
And again from the collar and elbow tie-up, into the headlock, and Landel has got Blanchard flat on his back, and the referee kind of crawling in there to see if we've got a pin. I got to tell you, John, after this long hiatus, can you imagine the humiliation really for Tully Blanchard to end up losing the match?
Well, I'm not sure if this is a title match. Buddy Landel earlier stated that he didn't feel like he was a title contender, which is pretty absurd, but you can see his point. He has been basically on the shelf for a long time, and it was his own decision. But right now, I tell you one thing we need to really applaud is Dave Ruth. Not only did he wasn't planning to be a referee tonight, but he came in here tonight, took over for the injured Tony Hunter, and on top of that, he was in the middle of that brawl with Abdullah the Butcher and Rick Link, and as you people have already seen, that was it was just a bloody mess, and he took many shots, and then once again he's proven he's professionally stayed in the ring.
And out comes Buddy Landel. I think he's, again, the master of timing, and he wants to say, wait a minute.
You had enough yet.
What is Landel talking about? Wait a minute. Has he had enough yet? I think Landel has had enough. The beautiful trusses of the nature boy, Buddy Landel. A dangerous man with a microphone.
I always said that you were the best of the four. And I gotta give it to you. But you ain't as good as me, boy.
Well, Landel tried to be nice, I think, for a little while, and maybe has had enough when he realized that Tully Blanchard has not had any ring rust develop after that 8 or 9 year hiatus.
I tell you, he better have his wrestling boots on tonight, because I tell you, Tully Blanchard looks like he's all serious, and he's ready to really take Tully's ready to take him to the limit. And I tell you, like I said earlier, he wants to make him puke. He wants to humiliate Buddy Landel, who's been in the business now, what do you figure, 15 years? Yeah. And he still continues to get out there and compete. But you're right. I don't think Tully Blanchard has ever looked better, and it's really a shock to me to see him in the shape and the condition he's in. And boy, does he have the fire.
Blanchard, a master of the head games, moves in and shakes Buddy Landel's hand and then simply just backs right off.
I mean, when you talk about history, who can forget, the match with Magnum TA and the I Quit match? I mean, one of the most brutal matches I think that was NWA, ever put on. I mean, Tully Blanchard's been everywhere, done everything, and it's really great to see him back in the ring.
Now that side headlock, and Blanchard pushing from the chin up, control the head, and you control the body, a well-known strategy, and that's exactly what's happening. History being made here in New Dimension Wrestling, and now Tully Blanchard is again claiming that the nature boy Buddy Landel pulled his hair. We saw it, we know it, and Dave Ruth, the referee, apparently the only one here at the Concord Motor Speedway who doesn't know it.
It's really a bad habit these referees have, where they seem to, unfortunately, not be able to see what goes on in the ring sometimes. But, that really is a tribute to the wrestlers, because they know how to do these things. They've been in the ring, they're veterans. They know how to hide things like hair pulls, pulling the tights, foreign objects. It's really amazing to see how they're able to get the attention of the referee and do things that are questionable.
Great athletes, both of them, no doubt about it. And Buddy Landel is keeping up with Tully Blanchard, and I guess we could say it as well. Tully Blanchard is keeping up with Buddy Landel. Buddy Landel, for the past 8 or 9 years, has been wrestling, John. For the past 8 or 9 years, Tully Blanchard basically has not been wrestling. Now it's Landel outside the ring, throwing a chair in frustration. He's not looking very good now.
I think Buddy Landel is, I'm glad he showed up tonight. He does have the nickname No-Show Bud Rowe, but I'm glad that those things are past, and he's now back in the ring and being a really active participant. He is the New Dimension Wrestling heavyweight champion, but I think he's a little bit perplexed over the fact that Tully Blanchard is not only in great shape, but he's giving him everything he wants and then some. It's really fascinating to watch Tully Blanchard starting to play mind games with one of the great mind game players of Buddy Landel.
Landel, a great mind game player inside and outside the ring. We are looking at hundreds and hundreds, maybe even thousands of fans who have packed the bleachers here at the Concord Motor Speedway.
Isn't it amazing to think that Buddy Landel, of all people, would be going out of the ring to break the pace of this match and get rest? Because I think he's really just startled over the competitiveness and the amazing conditioning of Tully Blanchard.
That's a very good point. There was some concern that ring rust would have developed, and Tully Blanchard looks to have not lost a step. And that's a real surprise, I think, because after all that time, and certainly you would understand that Tully Blanchard did need a little bit of time to kind of get back into shape. He's in shape. He's looking great, and he has taken it to the limit with the New Dimension Wrestling Heavyweight Champion.
It is interesting to see how he's once again going back to the legs. He's done a few chain moves. He takes the man down. He works on him. He's trying to wear Buddy Landel out, and I'm sure that this attack is probably a big shock for Buddy Landel. But I tell you one thing, I can still remember the days of the Four Horsemen, along with Arn Anderson, Tully Blanchard, without a doubt one of the greatest tag teams of all time, as well as when they went to the WWF, and they were WWF champions too. So he's really, you're watching a legend, a real legend in this business, at work. And Buddy Landel's truly paying the price.
There's some tag teams that have been tag team champions in the WWF and WCW both. Yes, there have, but certainly they are very limited. We think of the Road Warriors. I don't know how many others, John.
Well, I don't think you could talk about the tag team world without talking about the Road Warriors. You can't go any farther than mention the Midnight Express with Stan Lane and Bobby Eaton and Jim Cornette. You have to talk about the Freebirds, Michael Hayes, Buddy Roberts, and Bam Bam Terry Gordy. But I think you can put Tully Blanchard and Arn Anderson. You talk about guys that really knew how to play this game and knew how to pick their spots. Guys that were tremendous athletes, took on all comers, and they were tag team champions many, many times over.
All right, Tully Blanchard now breaking the pace and the concentration of the Nature Boy Buddy Landel, and Blanchard gingerly steps back in to the ring here in New Dimension Wrestling. Well, I don't know. Tully Blanchard shook the Nature Boy Buddy Landel's hand before, and Landel didn't pay for it, and now I think maybe some more head games from the Nature Boy Buddy Landel.
It still looks like that these two men are trying to figure each other out. Tully Blanchard with a big knee to the midsection, going after Buddy Landel. Reversal, coming off the ropes, hitting with a big right hand. Blanchard looks like he's in trouble. He's going to the ropes, and he bails out. Blanchard bails out to just catch a little wind. Smart move. A very ring veteran move.
You see that happening all the time in any match with Tully Blanchard. Blanchard will go outside the ring and take as much time as he feels he needs, and when he wants to get back into the ring, he'll get back into the ring. Will he break it before it hits 10 so that he's not disqualified? Yes, he'll do that very easily.
Well, if you notice, that's the very first time Tully Blanchard had to hit out of the ring, and it was after a really devastating punch in the midsection, but Buddy Landel's already done that 2 or 3 times. So Tully Blanchard is proving that he can play that game too.
It's been a great night here, a really historic night for New Dimension Wrestling as we break through the barriers of independent wrestling and become a major force, a major scene throughout the Mid-Atlantic states, certainly throughout the East Coast as well. New Dimension Wrestling expanding. This is the first time that we have seen an independent show of this size, and it's New Dimension Wrestling that did it.
I tell you something else that's very deceptive. This is the very first time that New Dimension Wrestling has been in Concord, North Carolina, and they outdrew many, many other people who've tried to do this. And of course, a lot of it has to do with the amazing talent they were able to assemble. So really, our hats are off to Chris Plano and his people, because they did a tremendous job of getting this talent together, and all the fans here are reaping the benefits by a great night of wrestling.
Tully Blanchard showing a lot of the old fire that he had at one point. I didn't catch that, but whatever Buddy Landel said, the fans didn't appreciate it. I think he's saying that it hurt. Well, welcome to wrestling.
I tell you one thing, if that's the first time he's been hurt, he probably never went out with a girl.
Okay, thanks. Once again, John, when you come back to Earth, we'll go back to you. Tully Blanchard and the Nature Boy Buddy Landel tie up, and look at the speed of Tully Blanchard very quickly into a combination armbar and hammerlock, and Landel wants out of the ring, and he is going to have that broken there by the referee, and he closes it, he breaks it, I beg your pardon, does Blanchard, at 4.
This match really seems to be a slow burner. Both men are still feeling themselves out. It's really amazing to see these two athletes. They've already gone over 10 minutes in this match. They still are feeling each other out, which is pretty exceptional. And I tell you, Lee, I find that very, very entertaining.
Thanks, Blacktail Bruce. Oh, nice arm drag there by Tully Blanchard. Lee who? Lee Iacocca? Who are you talking about?
Oh, I'm sorry. I must have been confused, Gordon.
Wow. That's stiff. All right, it's, as we said, kind of a fly speck, bug speck, but beautiful and muggy night here in Concord, North Carolina. The history being made is the return of Tully Blanchard to active wrestling at NDW.
If you look real closely, Tully Blanchard is really working over. He had a step-over arm bar on Buddy Landel. That's a move that really wears down your opponent, and now he's continued to work on those on his arm. And it just goes to show that Tully Blanchard knows what he's doing. He's very patient. He was waiting for an open, and he's grabbed it.
All right, well past the 10, maybe even the 15-minute mark, John. I guess we weren't keeping track, but it has been an extraordinary night of wrestling here in New Dimension, and not a fan has left the area. I'm telling you, they knew what they were coming to see, and they saw it and got their money's worth, to say the least. And if they didn't see it here live, they'll get to be able to see it on television stations throughout the Carolinas, because they've all been here, and it's been a great night. And Buddy Landel now hanging onto the ropes. He broke it, of course. You talk about a master of deception. Tully Blanchard is a master, but then again, so is Buddy Landel.
Just got a head count, 1,638 people paid in attendance. And as Chris Cruz just said, it's really amazing that none of these fans have left, and it has been a jam-packed card. And now it looks like Buddy Landel has turned the tide on Tully Blanchard, and he's now working towards the figure four, which is his finisher. He's got it locked.
Oh my God! Just that quickly, Tully Blanchard finds himself in the figure four of the Nature Boy Buddy Landel, and does the only thing he could, and that is he grabbed for the rope. Smart move there by Tully Blanchard.
You know, it's a good thing that Dan Parrish didn't try to hit the ring, because I'm sure the security guards would have tried to hold him back.
Who in the hell are you talking about? Now Tully Blanchard making his way to the broadcast position. Boy, he looks great. Clearly winded. I mean, there's... Oh, look there. Oh, Tully Blanchard almost doing the leg dive. And he's got about 10 seconds to get into the ring. Will he do that? My guess is I don't think there's any question but that he wants to continue his battle with the Nature Boy, Buddy Landel. Landel has taken it to Blanchard. I think we've got to give him credit, John.
I don't think we can take anything away from the heart, determination of Buddy Landel. But I tell you one thing, he's kind of turned the crowd against him. Oh, my goodness. Tully Blanchard took him down with a leg dive, and now he's working again on the leg. It's interesting that Tully Blanchard first worked on the shoulders. Now he's going to the legs. He's really just trying to slow down the Nature Boy, Buddy Landel. You want to sit down?
Yeah, we've been on our feet, and I guess we're all saying let's have a seat and kind of enjoy the action of these two tremendous wrestling professionals. John, you and I, in addition to having worked in the business, big fans, and I think fans of Landel and certainly of Tully Blanchard.
I tell you, they're still working real hard on each other in the ring. Buddy Landel is trying to break the. Looks like he's got a toe hold, and it looks like he's breaking the toe hold, and he's trying to do a crossface and pulling over Tully Blanchard. But Blanchard's he's very determined. Doesn't look like he's going to let go. It's interesting to see a match that basically this match seems to be kind of an 80s match. It's very on the mat. It's very aggressive. They seem to be working each other, working all the body parts. They seem to be very aggressive towards each other. And the fans, interesting enough, there's not any moonsaults, there's no high-flying moves, but the fans seem to be really glued to the match. Off the ropes, Tully Blanchard catches him by the leg. Once again, return to the match. I don't think Buddy Landel was really expecting this kind of attack, because, excuse me. Hand it over to Chris Plano.
Chris Cruz, we have hit the 16.5-minute mark of this match already. Buddy Landel, I would say, is in there for the fight of his life. He came into this match, and I talked to him before the show. He thought this was going to be a quick 2-3 minute, out of shape. Tully Blanchard slipping in the ring. He has been training for the last 4 or 5 months for this match. Buddy Landel, the title may not be on the line tonight, but has gotten everything and more from one of the original Four Horsemen, Tully Blanchard.
I mean, we knew certainly with it, your promise would be kept that we would see Tully Blanchard in action, but frankly, a lot of folks are wondering, would we see any of the old Tully Blanchard? We certainly have.
Yeah, oh, certainly, Chris Cruz. I mean, from people within the wrestling business and outside the wrestling business, fans were saying that this can never be pulled off. A show of this magnitude with all these stars cannot be pulled off, and other than Tony Atlas not being here, each and every wrestler that was advertised was here tonight, and we believe Craig Pittman was a suitable substitute for Tony Atlas in the ring tonight. And a great match with the one-man gang. Could an ECW-like match, but this match, classic NWA action we are seeing right here in the ring. You don't see it anywhere else. Right here, New Dimension Wrestling, Chris Cruz. We are hot, and we're happy to be here in Concord tonight.
And we're coming up now on the 20-minute mark here with the Nature Boy Buddy Landel against Tully Blanchard. And Blanchard is clearly dominating here. And he goes, John, you know, you talked about working on the body part. That's exactly what he's doing, only he's changing body parts.
Well, now it looks like he's decided to go after Landel's legs. He's trying to take one of the pins out from under him. Leg trip. And he looks like he's going into spinning toe hold into the figure 4. Oh, eye rake by Landel. That was a very strategic move by Landel, because if you think about it, if Blanchard could have rocked that on, he did have him towards the middle of the ring. It would have been difficult for Landel to get out, and there could have been more damage done. But Landel once again is crowing that it seems like he seems to think he has Tully Blanchard where he wants to, but Blanchard's a savvy veteran, and I believe, big right hand. Blanchard seems to be staggered. Another right hand by Landel. Landel really is the master of psychological warfare, but there's no greater player than Tully Blanchard as far as that's concerned. Blanchard seems to be a little dazed. Took a dive at Dave Ruth, the referee. Landel's stretching out a hamstring. I guess Blanchard may have done a little bit more damage to that leg than we first thought. Blanchard seems to be in trouble, and the tide of the match is now turned to Buddy Landel.
Well, I'm not sure what Blanchard was going for. It looked like he was going for the referee. Tuck it in, referee. Suck it up and drive on. Referee Dave Ruth stepping in for the injured Tony Hunter, and thank goodness for that. And now Blanchard, who just a few moments ago seemed to be right on the verge of defeating Buddy Landel, the Nature Boy, with a figure 4 leg lock in the middle of the ring, almost is being defeated by Landel at this moment.
You know, it's interesting that we've had to stand for this last match, but a lot of that has to do with the fact that Abdullah the Butcher and Rick Link destroyed our table, our chairs, and basically our announcing position. But I think we'll be able to get through it right now. But right now, it looks like Buddy Landel has really turned it on Tully Blanchard, and maybe Tully's beginning to wear down a little bit. But Landel is dogged determined.
Expired in the match. 40 minutes remain. 20 minutes.
You know, a lot of people think Jerry Lawler's the biggest mouth in wrestling, but I'd have to say it's John Wisp.
You know, it's amazing to me that there's so many peons running around here wanting to hit the big time, and it's really a shame that a guy like Bruce Mitchell with his credentials could not reach down deep and like give us a couple of minutes of his time. But no, as usual, he wants to be a spectator and not an observer.
Chris Cruz, I think these fans here in Concord tonight have gotten more than their money's worth tonight. The wrestlers wrestled to the 110% tonight, gave it their all. And Tully Blanchard in the ring, Buddy Landel. We just passed the 20-minute mark. You won't see it anywhere else out here in New Dimension Wrestling. Cruz, what's your just take on the whole show overall from top to bottom?
I'll tell you, you know, in any show there are normally some high spots and low spots, but it's been kind of a constant high. And even what we thought was Craig the Pitbull Pittman against the one-man gang and maybe a clash of styles, I think turned into one of the best matches on the card.
Classic match. These guys took a brutal beating out there, both in and out of the ring, and fought to the finish. Abdullah the Butcher and Rick Link, they were fighting out on the Speedway tonight. This place is trash. It's just unbelievable here. A great night of wrestling here in Concord. This will go down as probably the best wrestling show the city of Concord, North Carolina has ever seen in its history of professional wrestling.
Well, that's a very good point. In fact, John, you had mentioned that a lot of promotions have been running in Concord for a long time, but none have had the success early on of New Dimension Wrestling.
Well, there was a reunion show put on by Sal Corrente at Kannapolis last year, which the problem was they didn't have half the talent, a lot of no-shows, but in this card, with the exception of Tony Atlas, Samba Simba, no-showing, everyone that was advertised was here, and as you can tell, the crowd has really enjoyed it. They've really been into it, and I tell you, it's really interesting match to watch Tully Blanchard now starting to turn the tide on Buddy Landel.
Media from around the Carolinas, Virginias, and throughout the Mid-Atlantic have been here tonight, and now is Buddy Landel, the Nature Boy, up against Tully Blanchard, approaching, I guess, the half-hour mark, and frankly, John, as what Chris Plano indicated, would probably be about Buddy Landel said would probably be about a 5-minute match. At least that's what he speculated to Chris Plano. And Blanchard with a knee lift right to the gut, the big gut there of Buddy Landel. I can't believe it, but we may be looking at a 1-hour-long match.
I think there is a chance that we may go time limit in this match because both these guys just don't seem to, one guy doesn't seem to be able to get a hold of the other and dominate for long. The match has ebbed and flowed back and forth. It's really fascinating to watch these two veterans go at it. And quite frankly, I didn't expect to see a match of this quality. I thought that this match would go maybe 10 minutes, Landel being in better condition as far as, in-ring condition, would have a huge advantage on Blanchard. But as the matches continue, once again, Buddy Landel goes to his finishing maneuver, the figure 4 lead lock, and Tully Blanchard looks like he's truly in trouble. He's talking to Dave Ruth. On 1 count, I think Blanchard for a second there just had his was absent-minded and had his shoulders up, but he's in considerable pain right now from the figure 4 Buddy Landel, and I think the ref has just caught Landel, who was grabbing the ropes for some leverage. I don't know why that works, but it does seem to work when they grab those ropes when they're in the figure 4.
You know, it's a very good point. You don't know why it works, but it does seem to work. I think I'll coach you on that. In fact, I think I'll steal that line. It's been we are running pretty much on empty. It's been a beautiful night, but a very long night here in Concord, and it looks like it's about to end as Tully Blanchard is in the figure 4 by the Nature Boy Buddy Landel right in the middle of the ring, John. It's been a great fight by Tully Blanchard, but after that 8-9 year long layoff, it looks like that was not enough to come back and defeat the Nature Boy Buddy Landel.
I tell you, it looks like Buddy Landel has really opened up on Tully Blanchard, and the referee seems to be being pulled in by Tully. Tully looks like he's in a lot of pain. And for some reason, the referee is in the mix. Both wrestlers have been pulling on him, but now Tully Blanchard is really putting it on and reversed the figure 4. What a last-ditch effort by Blanchard, who was in the figure 4 for a great deal of time and was able to reverse the hold on Landel. Both men look spent. It's amazing that these two combatants have continued to go with the speed that they have, and Landel looks like he's a little worse for wear, but it looks like Tully Blanchard's having some trouble with his legs. The figure 4 has really caused a great deal of damage, and he's begging down right now, and Landel's not giving him any. Didn't ask any quarters, not giving any.
Well, that's a good point. It does appear that Landel is finally taking over, as we have indicated so many times before. An 8, possibly 9-year-long hiatus since Tully Blanchard was wrestling on a fairly regular basis. Buddy Landel, of course, in those 8 or 9 years, was wrestling on a regular basis. Very little ring rust, but still apparently some. And now Tully Blanchard looks spent. But wait a minute, just as we say that, he levels Landel, at least tries to anyway. Oh, no. Now Landel, whatever protection that afforded to that left knee of Tully Blanchard, it's gone.
You know, I think Landel has really done his homework, because a lot of people don't know this, but Tully Blanchard at one time was a quarterback at West Texas State University. He was an option quarterback, and he's probably had some wear and tear on those knees through his collegiate career, and he's now pulled away his protection on his knees, and he's starting to work on it, which has already been worked on by the figure 4 at least twice in this match. So Landel is he's like a bulldog out there. He will not give up, and he is really going after Blanchard. And but Blanchard has refused to give up. It's fascinating to watch these guys. Landel now seems to be hot dogging a little bit, kicking up, taking a break, having an imaginary smoke. I think if Blanchard saw that, that would really rise his temperature up. And they continue to work each other over in the middle of the ring.
What Blanchard most needs now is the figure 4. Not the figure 4, obviously, placed on him, but he needs somehow to turn it around and place the figure 4 on the Nature Boy Buddy Landel.
You know, I believe Landel is really a lot smarter than we gave him credit for, because, as you know, the finishing maneuver of Tully Blanchard is the swing shot suplex, and with a bad wheel like that, it looks like it's going to be impossible for him to put his finishing hold, his finishing maneuver on Buddy Landel. So Landel is really proven to be quite a ring general and very scholarly. It looks like he's got him now.
He's got him now. I got him now. One of the most famous lines in wrestling. You got him now. And Landel does appear, though, to have Tully Blanchard. Blanchard putting up a tremendous fight, but he has lost a wheel. Wait a minute. A left that had looks like a little bit of power into the gut there of Buddy Landel. And an uppercut that straightens him right up. Wow. The question, though, for Blanchard is, can he come back? Can he use whatever strength he's got left in that left knee to defeat the Nature Boy Buddy Landel? And increasingly, it appears less and less possible or probable that that would happen. A block there of the right. And look at this. An attempt at a suplex. Oh, no, he collapsed. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
He dropped him.
He collapsed.
He dropped him
right on him. Oh, my God. Well, that was...
You know, it looks like to me that Tully Blanchard went for the suplex like we were discussing earlier, and his knee gave out. And in doing so, he dropped Buddy Landel right on his head. I mean, it looked like an old brain buster from Dick Murdoch, but it really wasn't intentional. It was almost like, it almost looked like he was almost a DDT, the way he dropped him right on his the back of his head. And both guys have been devastated by this this maneuver. Two. Landel lifts his shoulder to break the count. It looked like 1, 2. He lifts again. Landel's definitely not out.
It's been an exciting night here in Concord, North Carolina, and it may be getting ready to wrap up. It looks like they're trading pins left and right. And Chris, as we said before, a truly historic night, and our congratulations to you.
Well, Chris Cruz, thank you very much. We've just hit the 28 minutes mark of this classic main event matchup between Tully Blanchard, one of the original four horsemen, the Nature Boy Buddy Landel, have gone toe-to-toe, fist-to-fist, kick to kick. It's unbelievable. These two have fought, battered. They are bloodied, not bloodied and battered, but at least bruised and battered, I should say, in that ring. And Tully Blanchard, without a doubt, looks like he's in the best wrestling shape of his career as he was 10 years ago.
Yeah, it's been, I think it's that Blanchard, while suffering from the layoff, has also been able to bring it back, and he's brought it back.
There was a lot of question on Tully's strength conditioning and as well as physical conditioning in this matchup, of him going to stand the time, if he can even go past the 10-minute mark. There was much speculation for a while now.
Oh, wait a minute, he got the pin! Blanchard has defeated the Nature Boy Buddy Landel.
Small package. Blanchard with the small package with a 1, 2, 3, and the victory over Buddy Landel.
He whipped him like a dog.
Thank you, David Crockett. That was excellent. But I think that's a big shock, and the crowd seems to be solidly behind Blanchard, but it looks like Landel is now going to seek out some revenge on Blanchard, going into the figure 4, grabbing the ropes. Ring that bell. This match is over. And what an amazing comeback. It looked like Tully Blanchard was dead on his feet. It looked like Landel was going to go for the finisher, and then a small package. Once again, it's almost like the Greco-Roman, the small package, out of nowhere for the 3 count. That was not a title match, unfortunately. But Landel now has a victory over the current New Dimension Wrestling Championship title holder, Buddy Landel.
Well, it's been a great night, and Landel has leveled the referee. I'm Chris Cruz. For all of us here at New Dimension Wrestling, thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you soon, we're sure. It's New Dimension Wrestling. I'm Chris Cruz, and we're back to action. I thought that was the end of it, and Tully Blanchard has just chopped the stuffing out of the nature boy, Buddy Landel. Blanchard, for that, I guess, that long hiatus, he wanted some more action, and give him credit. The nature.
This has been a pleasure to be here in Concord, North Carolina. You just witnessed the greatest wrestling show put on by New Dimension Wrestling right here in Concord. Here's from top to bottom, the best in independent wrestling action was here. And if you want more information on New Dimension Wrestling, 336-882-4921. Or catch us on the World Wide Web at www.ndwwrestling.com, or you can write to us at P.O. Box 10211, Greensboro, North Carolina 27404-0211. Chris Cruz from top to bottom. We witnessed, without a doubt, the greatest independent wrestling show ever to hit the Charlotte, North Carolina, Mecklenburg County area. This will go down in history in independent wrestling. I mean, what more can you say?
Well, I was going to say, Chris, I think you've got it covered. And I'm Chris Cruz. For all of us here at New Dimension Wrestling, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you soon right here at NDW.